when you were on Seinfeld, I want to know at the what you just mentioned that you wanted to always be considered a serious actor, just a peer of someone on the cast, etc.
Right,
Not be some sort of gag that you might see in decades of yesteryear.
right.
When you were, if people who haven't seen the series, when you were Kramer's friend, when you were a part of that cast, there was never any, you know, no one ever mentioned anything other than you were just buddies with Kramer. Was that
Right. It was
novel?
very,
Was that novel at the time? Was that just a new kind of thing given the early '90s? I'm so curious about that.
yeah, that was definitely no. It was there was just one moment in the very first episode where George refers to Mickey as a midget, which was, has been for my entire life a derogatory term for little people. It's born out of P.T. Barnum's desire to sell little people for profit in sideshows. It's a made up word, and so it always had derogatory connotations in the community. And so when they mention it, when George says a line, "Can't you switch with another midget?" Originally in the script, Mickey didn't have a reaction to that other than to explain why he could not do that. And I had talked to Jerry and Larry David, and I said, "Look, this word is a painful word. It's a hurtful word, and I can't just not acknowledge it." And so, as far as acknowledging any aspect of it, that was the only beat in the whole series where it was acknowledged, and it was written in organically and innocently on the part of the writers. But my correction made it more noticeable that we're addressing something here. And as they've always said, there's never been a very special episode of Seinfeld where, lessons get learned. So we had to come up with a way that we teach this lesson without it being a lesson. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
response from Mickey became volatile,
Yeah.
where he walks up to him and he looks like he's about to rip his head off. And he says, "It's little people. You got that?" And then Michael Richards Kramer says, "Easy, Mickey, easy."
Yeah.
So that organic moment in the series then created the actual persona of Mickey in that moment, that he's this hothead ready to lose it at any point. And then it just escalated from there. So the organic moment that came out of my advocacy created a character that got to come back, because that became like a feature of their relationship, Mickey's volatility,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But that was the only time it was ever addressed. But to that point that you were making, it was very novel. I mean, I could go over a list of episodes. Small packages, a little murder, all these like sort of small and little terms that were the names of the episodes of so many of the things that I've done. It's almost humorous, to go back and read some of these things. So it was a novel thing at the time. And there's been a number of shows that I've had to address, even further, what's derogatory, what people should understand about dwarfism, etc. I've even rewritten entire episodes of programs to take out so much of what I felt was demeaning, and then created something that had absolutely no acknowledgement of my character's size difference.